Hi, welcome to Analyze It. In this video, we are going to talk about pivoting columns in Excel via Power Query. More specifically, in this video, I am going to show you how you can pivot a column in a table by aggregating matching values to create a new table. Okay, so what pivoting column does, and to understand that, let us take this scenario where we have a table. And you can see in this table, you have two columns, column A and column B. In column A, I have all my client 1, 2, and 3. And in column B, I have the purchases of each my client. And what I want to do is basically creating a new table from this original table where I will aggregate the purchase for each of my client. For example, you can see in my client 1, the first purchase was $10, the second purchase was $5. So I want to create a new table where I will have in column A the total amount of purchase of client 1 and so on for client 2 and 3. So to do that, what can I use? What tool I can use in Excel? So the first thing that I will do is I will take my table, my first table, my initial table, and I will bring this in Power Query. And Power Query is basically a tool that allows you to do ETL. I will extract my column A and B, and then I will transform them and I will make the aggregation so that I can have this format of my table. And then when I'm done, I will load it. This is what Power Query allows you to do. It is an engine that allows you to do ETL, simple ETL. ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. The cool thing with Power Query is that Power Query can work with Excel, Power BI, Microsoft Dataverse, and Microsoft Azure. Let's see how practically we can do that in Excel. All right, now that I have my my blank Excel sheet open, let's bring our data set and open Power Query. And to do that, what you basically need to do, you go to data and you click data and get data. So get data allows you to easily discover, connect, and combine data from multiple sources. In my case, my table is sitting on an Excel spreadsheet, so I will basically click get data from file and from Excel workbook. But you can see here you have multiple possibility to have to extract data from different sources, from database, from Azure, from bunch of data sources. But now for the purpose of this exercise, I know that my table is sitting on Excel, so I will click from file and from Excel workbook, and then I will locate in my desktop where is my um, Excel spreadsheet. So I know it is on my desktop, and I go down and looking for my table, and I know this is a pivot column table. This is the name of my table, and I click import. It will run a little bit of time. So then you have either the choice to click on table or sheet, but I will click on table and it will create a preview for you. So you can see, for example, I have a preview of my table here with my two columns. And I will not recommend you to do load directly because you need to do something with a transformation. So let's click on transform data because this is where you're going to open your Power Query and do the transformation. So once you click this, it will open a Power Query editor window for you. And you can see you have the name of your table here in query 1, I mean, this part here is a list of queries. So I have my table, the name of my table, and this is my table. So from there, I want to do some transformation. So I will go transform and click pivot. So because I want to aggregate the client and have my client in column, so I could choose purchase, but this is not what I want. I want to create a new table with a column of my client and summarizing it. So I will click. I will let Power Query know that I want to work with client, and I click pivot column, and you see I click pivot column. It will open a new window for me, and I have it says which value that I want to use to do my transformation. So I click purchase, and by default Power Query will do the sum for you, but if you want to do a different aggregation, you can click advanced option, and you see by default it aggregated by sum, but you can click here and you can select the minimum, the maximum, the median, the average by for each of my clients. But now I want to do the sum, so I leave it as sum and I click OK, and it will create exactly. So you can see that it has created already the table for me, and you can see you have the step here. So if you click in that part here on the X here, it will remove this step in my Power Query. Once I'm satisfied with that, I need to load it, and to do that I say click home and close and load. All right, so you can see it has created the table for me, which is basically the sum of the purchase of my client. All right. So if you want to go back in this table, because this table is a query, and you want to do a change, you will basically have to click on table, this query here, and it will bring back you to the Power Query. And if you want, you can basically remove that step in your Power Query, and you will get the initial table. And if you want to, instead of doing the sum, you want to do the average. Let's say, for example, I want to do the average. I will click transform, pivot column, and then I click advance. And instead of the sum, I can do the average. And I click OK. Exactly. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have some data transformation and data shaping operation that you would like me to teach you how to do in Power Query, feel free to leave me a message or send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to work on that video for you. Take care.